What up, guys? Spencer Gray here. Trying to actually live commentate a race. This could get ugly. Probably will get ugly. We'll see what happens. Looks like we're starting 9th in the number 4 truck. Don't take that into account for anything. I had barely practiced and obviously did not qualify. So, we'll see what happens, I guess. Not sure strength of field. Probably pretty low if I'm in a 4 truck, but I don't know. Looking for 4 weeks in a row, I think it is, with a win. I normally race even earlier in the week than this. People that I can beat. I do late races, but I normally either end up crashing out or it's just a crap race and there's no point in posting it. So we'll try to live commentate this race a little bit. I probably won't be overly exciting. I get a little too focused when I race sometimes, though. This 8 guy, he might make it exciting back there, running up the rear end of the 5 there. Yeah, or that'll happen. Also an option. Also, if I'm really quiet, I haven't quite got the settings where I need them to be with the mic versus the in-game audio. Working on that still. Kind of decided last minute to commentate this race, so we'll see what happens. We'll also decide once I'm editing if I'm going to cut out the cautions or not. Probably not, because I'm lazy and don't feel like doing it right now. Maybe someday I will get motivated and actually get some software that's worth trying to do things with. Alright, 3 car. You slammed the wall earlier. I really hope you don't plan on just hanging out there, because that could get ugly. I don't know how much damage he has. Let's just try to see here. He's not too awfully bad. Alright. Let's attempt to race this. I don't know what's going to happen. Like I said, didn't practice much. I just know that I can spin out pretty easy, and I can put it in the wall pretty easy, which ought to make for a fun video. So let's do this. Let's see how this guy takes off. I hate starting this far back. Alright, not too bad a start, I guess. Here, out of everyone's way. And this whole 3 wide deal on this track already makes me nervous, let me tell you. Especially when the 3 cars got damaged. Survive turn 1. Applause all around. Notice that I feel like I'm really late getting back to the throttle. I've either been really late or really early in the laps that I have run so far. Late, at least you survive. Really gets ugly. A whole bunch of 0x because he's giving me a run. Back to the gas early on the outside, so can't quite do too much there. There's one thing I've learned is that this inside line is probably not the best place to be. Probably should learn by. Running behind guys hitting each other, also not a great place to be. Got the foot on the brake ready. There it is, there's some contact. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Satisfied with hanging out here for a little bit anyway. Not too worried about making a bunch of big passes here. Oh, hello. Back. I'm not a huge fan of the setup. I am running the fixed series, so can't fix it, but it seems like of the setups are either really tight or loose off. From my style anyway. It's probably pretty clear that my style is poor. I'm fine with that. I just like to run around, make laps, see what we can do. I don't feel like I'm too much slower than these guys. Obviously I lost some when I slid. Trying to avoid being in anyone's way here since I haven't practiced any. Who knows, maybe I'll make another video later. There's our first caution. I'm actually a little surprised we ran that much at the beginning. The interesting part here will be, does anyone decide to pit? So the last couple of weeks we've been on tracks where pitting hasn't really been a big deal. Mostly because of cautions, I guess. The last 2 weeks I didn't pit at all between Pocono and Indy because we didn't run very many laps. Still in 8th, so more or less where we started. I think I started 9th, so not too bad. Could be worse. I'm liking to see that I'm not falling back too much. There we go, catch him. I definitely think the top line's a little easier to drive. But you gotta be real careful about where you get on the throttle and how hard. Otherwise you're gonna end up either putting it in the wall or turning it around.
Your road is now open.
I guess I know the 9 car stance on the Confederate flag. No complaints. I don't really care. I feel like I've run with Jay a few times. I know he does pretty well. I feel like it's been a couple weeks since I had a good race with him, but it's like maybe trying to pit here. I'm not going for it. I'm staying out. They can do what they got to do here. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay out. Hopefully Jay. I don't see the need for tires yet. I mean, they're probably a little more torn up than I realized, but the way I look at it, if they're pitting after 7 laps, we'll probably get another caution later, and we can pit then if we need to. Might have to get some clean air and see what's going on up here, I guess. Should be interesting, I guess. Look at here, it's estimating the tires at, well, already at 97. The rears from where I slid the one time, front might have been some too. I'm just not sure how much tires are going to matter. I haven't really run enough laps to know that yet, so we'll go with it for now. If we're slow, we're slow. We'll pit next caution and get some tires and hopefully save ourselves a little bit. I may or may not try to get some video of the crashes. Any of you watch Empty Box, I know he does the carnage report, which is pretty cool. May or may not try to do that with some of these videos coming up. Just kind of depends on how much time I have. Kind of have a weird work schedule, so right now it's not too bad because I get off at 4, but starting next week I don't get off until 11 at night. So it'll be a lot of night racing unless I race early in the morning. Not going to guarantee that'll happen, so we'll see what happens with the videos once we get to that point.
Your road is closed.
Look here. We had a caution after like, what, 5 laps? Wow, my best lap was a 42.0. It's one of 41s in the few laps I did make earlier. Oh well. Went last, right? That's what matters. Let's run up here and do what we can for a while and wait till these guys pass us, probably. Digging that MPI scheme is pretty sweet. That's probably a default one or whatever, but the color looks good. run the Haas Automotive scheme at this point. Got enough trading paint. I was running the Rockstar earlier this season, and it seemed like I liked to finish second a lot. So, I don't know, I decided to try a different paint scheme. Because obviously your sponsor decides how fast your car goes. It's even on a fixed setup. Makes sense if you don't think about it. I accidentally set up the clutch earlier and I forgot to turn auto clutch back on for the paddle shift. I would use an H shifter, but my table doesn't have enough room to really mount it right. So I'm probably not going to be able to do that until I figure out a better mount or get a different desk/table. Cross that road when we get there, I guess. Lined up here, one to go to green.
Alright, man, we're going green. Next time, bye. Alright, man, line up on the outside road now.
Feels like we're probably going to be able to take off, no problem. I have a feeling we're going to get freight trained by those guys with fresh tires. Might have been a good idea to pit, but oh well. Just more fun this way. And there will be more cautions, I have no doubt on that. This is C-Class racing, fixed setup. Someone's going to crash. Who knows, it might be me. That'll just make for an even more fun video. But if we do crash, let's hope it's off too, because we have lots of room to save it. All I can say is this 12 thinks I'm going to fall back and hang out with him back here. It's not going to happen. I prefer to be close, about right here, where I can really see the leader good and know when he's going to take off. That way I can get a decent jump. If you guys saw my video from last week, I got a big complaint because I took off too early from the pole on a restart.
You ready?
It's kind of funny. I feel like most people do that on iRacing just because you can, and you wait to get an advantage, I guess. I don't see a problem with it. I mean, if they changed it to where that was more of an issue, yeah, it would be cool, but...
Alright, man.
Alright, so we're going again. Didn't screw that up too bad. It's exciting. Let's hope he doesn't press me too much up here, because I'm not going to crash. They just stick outside that time, so... There's the next caution. This is why track position is huge in C-Class racing. Because there will be lots of this cautions breeding cautions. And you hear that from just about every person that plays this game or even watching NASCAR. And it's the truth. You get everybody bunched back up. Some people with good tires, some people with old tires. It's never pretty. I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue here. Like I said, it took off pretty well. I felt like I had plenty of grip, so I'm not too concerned at this point. It's one of those wait and see moments, I guess. So looks like Tanner coming up there. It's funny, you start racing in like the C class or whichever class more often, you start to recognize names. Even in a class like this where there's a lot of people that race, you just start to recognize people you know are going to be fast, and there's not a ton that I've raced with yet because, like I said, I normally race earlier in the week, especially have to this week because I probably won't be able to race all weekend. But you start to recognize some of those names. It's kind of fun to see if you can keep up with them on some tracks or be even faster than some people on other tracks. I know the New Hampshire video, which was the first video I posted, that was actually my first win ever in iRacing, other than the Carburetor Cup, which I don't count because it's just a bunch of mostly morons driving into the wall a lot. So it was a good time. I was surprised how much faster I was there. We had a good bit of green flag racing, really, and it seemed like really could hold up front no problem. And at one point I had a 10-second lead, and then the guy on the outside on that last restart actually had at least a few lap better tires, because I'm pretty sure he had pitted. That's why he made it up to second. I just, timed the restart pretty well, and it worked out in the end. One thing you're going to notice, just keep watching the videos, you'll see I will pretty much always run a Chevy when possible. I drive a Chevy personally, so I'm a fan, even though in the truck series Toyotas have pretty much started to be more of the dominant brand, and you really even, I guess, at Xfinity, mostly because of like Kyle Busch. It's amazing to see, even at different levels, where you have Chevy generally dominates Sprint Cup, even though recently it's been a lot of Toyota, with Kyle Busch making his insane run he's been on. It's fun to see the different classes and see that different manufacturers tend to dominate more. Feel free to leave in the comments who you root for, different classes. I don't watch the trucks a ton. Been to the Mud Summer Classic a couple times. Or at least one time, I guess. Went to the first one. I don't remember how many years it's run. I didn't go this year, but I've been the other years that it's been going on. It was going to the Prelude. So that's the only time I've really paid attention to the trucks. I watch them, but don't have a favorite driver. Big Chase Elliott fan for Xfinity. I know it probably feels like bandwagon, but I've always thought Bill Elliott was a great driver when he raced, and Chase is just kind of a badass, especially as young as he is. As far as the Sprint Cup goes, I was a Mark Martin fan for a long time, and I was also a Ben Tony Stewart fan for a long time. Say what you want about that, I don't really care. So I root for Stewart Haas Racing in general. Yes, even Danica, kind of. I give her a thumbs up and say good luck and try not to crash normally. But definitely a Stewart Haas Racing kind of is my wheelhouse. I was really excited to see Kevin Harvick go over there, even though I rooted against him a lot when he raced for Childress, just because he raced for Childress. I was happy to see him come to Stewart Haas and get a championship. That was pretty sweet. Hoping to see Tony Stewart running well too. He's looked good the last couple weeks qualifying, and just can't quite get a finish. Runs up front a bit. Can't decide if it's definitely the crew chief thing or what's going on, but definitely ends up kind of marred back in traffic by the end of the race and just can't quite get up there. I'm ready to go green. I get antsy on these restarts. It's bad. It's like Howell's up to 6. I know he's been definitely very fast. Be interesting to see if he's able to come up through here, if we get more cautions or what happens here. And definitely something to keep an eye on. It's kind of hoping we get some 7 or 8 green flag laps in there and pit again, and a bunch of people would want to pit. We can just kind of go in with them and kind of hold our position. Maybe even take 2. But I guess the way it's going, if we keep getting cautions like this, it won't really matter, because tires aren't going to help you much if you're not racing. So. Hoping to eventually start posting some road racing videos, other than the road race we have coming up with the trucks. I'm not great at road racing, but I will attempt it, purely for the sake of making something different other than trucks every week. I know I've raced the MX-5 classes a bit. It wasn't completely terrible, but I wasn't, in any way contending for a win. I'm not real great with shifting. Remembering knowing what gear to be in for different corners and things like that can get to me sometimes. Decent restart there. More or less hang with these guys. 4th. have some. Oh, I took that too deep. Here comes Hal. I told you he's been fast. Kind of expected him to come and run through us here pretty quickly. I was watching practice times a bit, where everyone else was running mid to upper 42s into 43s. He was running like 42.0s. I need to kind of watch him and see what we can do. It helps that he also has tires, I'm pretty sure. He had to have been one of the ones that pitted. So we'll just kind of keep an eye on him, try to emulate him a little bit here. Oh, car on the wall maybe? You can see. You can tell Kalen got in the wall there. I would take a fourth here, no problem. First little practice that I've got this week. As bad as I felt coming into the race, honestly. I was all over the place trying to hold this thing steady. Can't really put a good finger on what really bothers me the most about the setup, but I definitely am not a huge fan of it. I want a better laptop at least. Everyone behind us is staying fairly steady. I'm not going to complain a whole lot. As far as I'm concerned, these guys can just do what they want to do, run away. I'm fine with it. The way it feels, I'm not pitting again, I can tell you that. At all. Can't see any point in pitting right now. Especially considering we're one of the better cars on the track still. Nice to see them go down that line now. He got on the wall. Saw that coming. I was trying to run that line in practice, and you can get a decent lap here and there. So I can get down here because he's going to block me a little. But it's so hard to get off the corner when you bring it that low. There we go. Back to the wall again. He's cornering pretty good. Save it. Come on, man. A bit of caution because of that. I'm glad I didn't pit it, honestly. I'm running faster laps than really I've run all weekend. Just get used to the truck. Just the way this setup works. Who knows, maybe Fred or Hal will make a mistake and we can run back up on it and try to do something here. Definitely late to the gas, but it keeps me from getting loose. Like we saw whoever that was with the car hitting the wall, we just got the rear end around. I'd rather be a little slow and be able to run the whole race and give myself a chance at the end than run really fast for a few laps and put it in the wall. Just keep running, let them do their thing. I really think if Hal gets to the bumper of six-stroke up there, he's going to probably make something happen. Definitely running this slow right now. Just tighten it up in the middle, in the center of the corner, make it feel like when I get in it, I'm going to end up just putting the wall off. It might also just be the line I'm taking. They definitely adjusted their line a bit more behind them. Welcoming the tightness though, because it was do the test on the track before the race, and in my opinion it was very, very loose coming off the corner. Test testing, and it was a little loose, even more before the race. It wasn't bad, but it was definitely a little loose. Yeah, slowed up a bit. They're running each other hard. I'm just kind of waiting to see if one of them actually touches the other. They turn loose and I can run up on them, or what's going to happen? How 11 up there, the lap car could cause any issues. This kind of reminds me of the California race. I ran earlier before I was recording them. I ran second and third, second pretty much the whole race. And then I decided on the last lap to try to dive bomb the corner. try to get a win, just try to run up on them. Didn't work. Definitely put it right in the wall. It was really a lost cause at that point, honestly. Knew I probably wasn't going to catch him, but it was worth trying. Alright guys, what are you going to do here? I'll touch him. It was close. Oh! That's the end of the race right there. Who had it? Was it Fred? Is that what we're doing? I really hope they add green-white checkers at some point into at least the oval racing. I don't like in and out of caution, which it seems to happen a lot, especially with the C class, because come the last lap or two, everyone just runs really hard. So let's get loaded up here, try not to hit anybody. No, I don't have voice chat on right now. I'll take it third, from 9th to 3rd. Not bad. Beat most of the cars that I should have been able to beat based on iRating. Can't complain too much there. One thing I hate is that technically you should be able to just go down the pit road on the last lap and not worry about it. Even though, in real cars they would finish this way, but it's annoying to have to run the last couple laps under caution like this just to get to the end. There we go. Go ahead and pick this apart. Thanks for watching my first live commentated race. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope I wasn't too awfully boring. Tried to talk as much as possible since it was lots of caution laps. Have a good one. Hope to see you next race. Bye.